Hey, what's up, everyone? Natalie Tanasi here, and I am excited to talk to you about what you're saying and talk what you're talking about, right? So, I am a three-star diamond coach, and I've been a coach since March of 2014, and I love what this business can do for us. But I've also seen people struggle over the years. I've had coaches struggle over the years with their conversations. And at this level where you're at in team leader development, you have clearly nailed some things about your conversations. You've learned how to structure your conversation with a prospect or even with a potential coach in order to get them to hear the solution to their problem. But how are you duplicating that? Are you bringing that to your team to help them with their conversations? Clearly, you get it, right? You're not just vomiting all the information on people. But I want to give you a couple tools today that hopefully you can take and bring back to your team, and then also continue to evaluate in yourself to say, how can I interject that to get more authority in the conversation and be able to gather more information so that I can help people see how what I have to offer is a solution to what they're looking for. So first and foremost, ask questions. You guys have learned the FORM method, right? Where you talk about family, occupation, recreation, and then you bring in the message. So you take notice in them. But when they start talking, ask them questions about that. How long have you been working towards this goal? Where are you struggling the most? Why do you feel like that's a problem? And like, people need to know that you care and that you actually hear them. And so one of the things that I've always seen that's worked, and it's come from Eric Worre in GoPro. Hopefully you've all read that book, but it's a term of if I, would you. So let's say you're talking to them and they're saying that they're struggling with the portion control system, or they're struggling with their nutrition, right? Or they're struggling with energy, or they're struggling with finances, or they're struggling because they want an opportunity, but they don't know how to form one. I don't know. I'm just making things up. Can framing up your response to their need to say something to along the lines of, if I, would you? If I had an option to solve blank problem, or if I showed you how I use this tool to solve this problem in my life, would you be interested? Would you want to know more about learning about it? And no one's going to say no to that. That's a very soft sale. You're just simply saying, if I could solve this problem for you, would you want more information? All you're getting them to do is say yes to more information. And then from there, that is where you can really decide where you're going to go. You can ask them, great, send me your email. Maybe you have a canned email that you would like to form and send out to automate that. Maybe you're super sophisticated and you have an email autoresponder where you send out information. Maybe you just want to do what I have done and you send them a video from Beachbody that shows them a solution that meets their problem directly. Great, let me tell you about this program. One thing that I've done for many years, or for years in this business, is I host an event where I talk all about my program, my upcoming challenge group, or whatever it is that I'm hosting for that month. Great, I'll add you to the event. Make sure you go in there and check it out. And inside that event, I tell my story. I talk about what's happening. I talk about what I'm hosting and why I'm hosting it. Or maybe it has to do with the business opportunity. Great, if I added you to this group, which we have the Join the Hard Charger sneak peek, if I added you to this, would you be interested in checking it out? We share all about what we do as coaches. Yeah, for sure. I'll check it out. I'll take a look. Great. Go in there. You can watch some videos. You can download some stuff. I'll follow up with you and then put a deadline on it. I'll follow up with you on this time. The biggest thing I can encourage you to evaluate with what you're saying and how you're saying it is think about, like, how would you talk to your best friend, right? If someone were asking you, if your best friend was asking you about how did you lose that weight, or how did you supplement your income? How are you doing this as a coach? How would you explain that to them? You wouldn't be like, blah, 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 right? You would want to know why they're curious, and you would give them a little bit of information and you would ask them more questions. It would be a back and forth conversation. It wouldn't just be, I hope it wouldn't just be one whole, like you spilling a whole, 10-page letter to them. So ask them some conversations, but then also help your new coaches go through and evaluate this element of, are they forming people? Are they asking questions? Are they leading them to a path to help them make an educated and sophisticated response way before they send a link to purchase? I would sometimes have people begging me for a link, or getting to the point where it's like, well, hold on. I can't send you the link yet. I want to make sure you're 100% ready. Why? Because you are now establishing this coach to client relationship. You're establishing a level of authority where the whole reason Beachbody established the coach network was because they wanted us to hold people accountable. And so that really starts in this process right now. You don't want to send someone a link and them not buy it, right? They came to you because they have a problem and you have a solution. So that conversation started with, they have a problem, you have a solution. But if they lose motivation because you haven't dug into the problem enough to show them the solution, then they're going to lose the motivation to do anything with the solution that you've given them. And so you want to have that well established where they are so ready, they are so emotionally connected because they see the value of what you're offering them, that they're gonna do it as soon ASAP. And so I always put like a time commitment on it, like, hey, you want to do this as soon as possible so you can get into my next mentorship course, or so you can get into my next group. We kick off by this day. I'm finalizing registration. And so then I say, I'll follow up with them by this day. So there's a deadline. They have to take an action, and I have a follow up to it. And that really eliminates, I don't want somebody to just order something and then not do anything with it. And I trust that you don't either. I don't want somebody to just become a coach and not thrive in their coaching business. So I want them to be so committed and so hungry and so excited about the decision that they're making that they're not going to turn back. And I trust that you do too, but it really comes down to, how are you saying it? How are you framing that up? Are you digging into their need enough and showing them the full package of the solution? You can do that in back and forth conversations, or you can automate that where you point them to a path that you show them. They can join a free community where you talk in the free community. They can join an event where you talk in the event. You could send them an email where you have videos that you talk about the solution. And or maybe you can pull from the back office email. So those are great tools in there. And that you can, there's one for weight loss that says, ever feel like this, and it's an incredible video. There you can formulate things about Shakeology and how that's such a solution to them. But come up with some things as you go through and you evaluate the needs of your clients and how you can show them exactly what it is that they need. But start in that conversation of asking yourself, am I using the if I would you? And where can I interject that more in order to get a positive response to keep them moving forward in the direction I want them to go, because I want to serve them, because I want to solve their problem. So I hope that really serves you well and helps you in your business. Just always consider, how am I talking to this person? Am I talking to them like we're having a real conversation, and I'm showing them the care and concern that I have for them, and how what I have can solve their problem because I know their problem and I know their need. Hope you have a wonderful day, and way to keep rocking in your team leader training.